Ever wondered why you prefer familiar things, or remember incomplete tasks better than the ones you finished? Welcome to the intriguing world of psychology, a realm where mind games are the norm and not the exception. Today we're uncovering the hidden influences that shape our preferences, perceptions, and actions. First up is the mere exposure effect. This interesting psychological phenomenon suggests that we tend to lean towards things we're familiar with. Remember that song you didn't like at first, but after hearing it a few times, you found yourself humming along? That's the mere exposure effect at work, subtly shaping our likes and dislikes. Then there's the Zeigarnik effect, named after a Russian psychologist who noticed that waiters remembered unpaid orders better than those they'd already settled. It turns out, we're all a bit like those waiters. We remember uncompleted or interrupted tasks better than completed ones. So if you're struggling to remember something, try leaving it incomplete. Your brain might just do the remembering for you. Next, we delve into the discomforting world of cognitive dissonance. This is the mental tension we experience when we hold two conflicting beliefs or attitudes. Ever felt guilty for enjoying that extra slice of cake while being on a diet? That's cognitive dissonance making you squirm. Moving on, have you ever learned something new and then started noticing it everywhere? That's the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon in action. It's not that these things have suddenly started appearing more. It's just that your brain is now tuned in to notice them. Last, but certainly not least, we have confirmation bias. This is our tendency to search for, interpret, and remember information that confirms our preconceptions. It's why we love to hear opinions that echo our own and dismiss those that don't. It's a sneaky bias that can limit our understanding and growth if we're not careful. These are just some ways our brain influences our preferences and perceptions, but it doesn't stop there. So, stick around as we continue to unravel the mysteries of our minds in the next scenes. Ever found yourself acting strangely in a crowd or doubting your success despite clear evidence? Let's talk about the bystander effect. It's a strange phenomenon where we're less likely to help in an emergency if there are others around. Weird, right? Then there's hindsight bias, that little trick our minds play, making us believe we knew something was going to happen after the fact. And who among us hasn't felt the twinge of imposter syndrome? That nagging doubt, the feeling of being a fraud despite clear evidence of our success. Then there's Stockholm syndrome, where hostages can develop positive feelings towards their captors. It's a testament to the power of our minds to adapt and survive. Finally, there's the halo effect. Ever found yourself liking everything about a person or a brand just because of one positive attribute? That's the halo effect in action. Intriguing, isn't it? How our minds can play tricks on us without us even realizing it. So, we've explored 10 fascinating psychological facts today, from the mere exposure effect shaping our preferences to the bystander effect influencing our actions in emergencies. We've delved into the cognitive dissonance that rattles our beliefs and the imposter syndrome that undermines our accomplishments. These phenomena underline the complexity of our minds. By understanding these phenomena, we can better navigate our world and perhaps even outsmart our own brains. So keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, your mind is a fascinating place.